floss tube. My name is Carol Lee and this is my channel Stitching is Elementary, and I'm laughing because I'm starting this for the third time because my house is just very loud after school. So this morning I had put out a little video saying that I was going to do a little Vlogmas or little floss tubes from now until Christmas. So this is my first one of that. But like I said, it's after school. I'm kind of tired and it's loud between my dogs and my husband and my daughter. So hopefully we won't have any more interruptions. I won't have to restart again. I can hear them barking. I lock them like out in the yard, my dogs, so that, because otherwise they'll just bug and bark at everybody. We have kids playing out front and they just bark and bark at the kids. We have people delivering packages all day long and they're barking at them. So they're locked outside now, so hopefully you can't hear them. So anyway, I thought I would just come in and try to, just share the holiday stuff mostly that I'm working on and maybe give a little inspiration. Also maybe get me a little more used to doing videos and not worrying about, like I always worry about having to have them be perfect, and I end up putting off doing them forever then. So my last video was October 31st, and I haven't worked on a ton since then. I was working on one project a lot all of through November, so I'll show you a little bit about that. I have a couple finishes, and then I have plans for what I'm going to start for Christmas, and so there's a couple things I want to actually just start tonight. And so I thought every day I'm going to start a new Christmas project every day, and so I thought I would share that. And then I also have a lot of quilty stuff going on, so thought I would share my quilt Christmas projects. Some of them are big, some of them are small. And then I'll see what else, maybe even some craft or some DIY. So we'll see. I am wearing, can't see today, my Stitching with the Housewives Jolly Housewives December thing they have going on. Today at school we have Dashing Through December, and so every few days we do a different thing, and today was being all decked out in Christmas gear. And on Wednesday we wear plaid shirts. We all wear like plaid flannel, and so our principals will come around with like hot cocoa cart on one day, and so they do lots of fun things. Also throughout the day today, on the announcements would just come, or over the speakers would just come Christmas carols, and so every couple hours we would just stop and sing Christmas carols. So it was really fun. The kids loved it. Of course then they were crazy the whole entire day, but it was fun. Okay, so let's get into stitching before somebody else interrupts me. So my finish, I feel like I've showed this so many times. This is But First Coffee by Brenda Gervais, and I was really excited about this because I finished this myself. I found a place where you can order any size frame you want, so you can order odd sizes, anything pretty much, and they have a huge selection. It's called Art to Frame. So this I think was a 5x5. But you were able to order your choice of all these different kinds of glass for it. So this is a anti-glare glass, and when you look, I mean, you really can tell it doesn't glare. I was super excited about that. I always watch Brenda and the Serial Starter on Floss Tubes, Brenda and Laura, and she talks about sending her stuff away to be framed and getting museum quality glass. And I always thought, we don't really have a frame around here that I've found, and I didn't want to send it away. And anyway, so when I found them, I was like, oh, I'm going to do it myself. And so I laced my piece. Lori Holt has a video on lacing, and it wasn't that hard. I mean, sometimes I get the thread all knotted up and have to restart, but it wasn't bad, and you can't tell. I mean, I think it came out pretty good. Sorry, my voice is like raspy from talking all day. So yeah, Art to Frame, I'll link it below. Awesome, awesome website if you want to frame your own things. So that's my only FFO. Then I also finished a little stitchy project. So this is Gingham Greetings by Stitching with the Housewives. Goes with my shirt. So this took me only a couple days to do. And this is 28 count black linen. I will admit though, this is only my first Stitching with the Housewives pattern I've ever finished, which I can't believe because I pretty much ordered them all. I have, not all of them, but I have a lot of them. But it has scared me to stitch on this black. It was, when I first started stitching, I had a really hard time seeing even 28 count. And then I got readers, and now I can see it fine, but the black was still really hard. So I had tried one of their patterns. It was the jar with the bunnies, jar full with the bunnies for Easter coming out of it. And I had to keep ripping that out. I had such a hard time following that pattern, and between that and the black, I was just afraid to try another one, but I love them. I watch them every week, and I keep seeing all of their patterns done. I'm like, oh, I want to do it. So I did it, and what I used is my Halo Go light. So it is a real bright light, and it has a magnifying glass on it. And so between that and my readers, I was able to see the black fine. So it was fun. And I used most of the called for colors. I changed out it was supposed to be ribbon red, and instead I used Holly Berry, which is just a little more muted. It's not quite as bright a red. So yeah. So those are my two finishes. So then for my whips, most of what I worked on in November was Feast of Friendship by Blackbird Designs. This was a stitch along with Lori Holt and Christy from Crosshatch Quilts, and then, you know, a bunch of people were doing it, and I saw it, and I just really loved it. I thought it'd be really pretty in my dining room when I finally get it done, when I finally someday have my stitchy wall of projects. And it's not as big. I thought it was much bigger till I started it. It is 189 by 91. And this is, here are the threads. The threads I used some of the called for, but mostly I just kind of matched them up from my stash. So those are all the threads. There's like 3 different blues and then lots of golds and greens. Really pretty. Here we go. So here is what I've gotten done so far. I've got a good bit of the border. That border is really fun to do. And then I finally got the blue part of the house done and all the windows. That was a lot. That was most of November. So yeah. But now I'm starting on the roof, and then I'll go over and do the bowl of fruit and that. And by next year it'll be done. And then I also worked a little bit on some Christmas. So I had started these Lizzie Kate jingles, which I got at 123 Stitch. And I did the Deck the Halls one, and now I just started the Ho Ho Holidays. And I am doing this on 28 count Sparkly Ale. So here's the Deck the Halls, and then here's where the Ho Ho Holidays is gonna go. So I plan on working on that some more tonight as well. And then I also started, I think I showed this in my last video, but not Christmas, but this is for my son's birthday, which is December 16th, if I get it done. We'll see. Or it might be for next year. But it is Rockets of Human Space Travel by So Flossy Flossy. It's an Etsy shop. And I think I said before, but he is an aerospace engineer, and he lives in Alabama, Huntsville, Alabama, and they're considered like Space City because there's so much aerospace work there. And he works on propulsions, you know, making rockets go and that kind of stuff. So anyway, yeah, so I started working on that. So I'm doing this on Fabrics by Stephanie, and I can never remember the name of it, and I lost the little tag, but it's a really pretty blue. And I got the first little rocket done, and I got to start on the second. This has some over 1 stitching in it, so that slowed me down. I've never done over 1. This is 32 count, I think. 28 or 32 count. So anyway, it's a little bit hard to see. So that is mostly what I worked on in November. That Feast of Friendship took up the majority of my time. I had also started a little kind of patriotic one around the election, which I'll show you another time. Okay, so now my plans for tonight. So I plan to start the next Gingham Greetings, Gingham Greetings 2, and I will do it on the same fabric and pretty much the same floss, added a little bit in there. I'm going to use a little bit of the Schoolhouse Red, because there's 2 reds in it, with the Holly Jolly, but I'm going to do it on the same fabric. And then I think I'm going to make pillows out of them, not little ornaments. So that's the plan. So I'm going to start that tonight. And then I think that's a little one. I think I'm going to start this big one. This I got a little bit ago. It's called, sorry, something's my thing. It's by Stacey Nash, and it's the Gathering the Green sampler. And I saw it quite a while ago. on Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch, her floss tube channel. She had, I think she might have finished it. And then when I was on Country Sampler's website, which I had never ordered from before, I've looked at a lot because I always see all the beautiful kits people get. And so we got a little bonus at work. And so I was like, you know what, I'm going to go on there and order some kits. So I went and got this one, and I got another turkey one, which I'll show you later, because I just loved it. It's so pretty. It's like yellowish house, and it's like pinky reds, and it comes with all the flosses. So pretty. I just love it. It's 232 by 152, and it's on 35 count weeks dye works linen, Confederate gray. So I think I'm going to just get a little start on that tonight too. And that is about it. Okay, so those are my Christmas starts. So I will see you guys again tomorrow, or maybe the next day. I'm going to try to do every day. Hopefully I don't run out of things. I was going to do quilty stuff tomorrow. So anyway, have a great night. Start something holiday-ish and stitchy, something that you love. And I will see you tomorrow.